Live from Tisdale Manor, it's time for the cheeky Wench Hour. Now, here's Susan.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Linda. Hi, Diana. Hello from the frozen tundra that is my office at Tisdale Manor. Oh, that's how you imagine Hogwarts should look? Yeah. How is everyone? I am so cold. I am so cold. Can you all hear me? Am I talking too loud? Too softly? I have never been told I talk softly. Hi, Vicky. How are you, honey? Thanks, Diana. How is everyone? I'm going to mute for just a second because I need to blow my nose and y'all don't want to hear that. Sorry about that. That was something that just needed done. Oh, I'm so sorry, Diana. Pixelated on your end. I don't know what that's about, honey. I really, truly don't. We'll just love the intro to the video. Made me chuckle. Yeah. A big shout out to Brad Wills for and Shannon Nemechek created the little video, and then Brad did the voiceover for it. So I love Brad. Thank you. Thank you, Don. Hi, Marilyn. How are you, dear? I hope everybody's having a great day. I know I did. Yeah, that could very well be. Is anybody else having issues seeing me? Is anybody else having a pixelated Susan? I hope not. Yeah, YouTube has been wonky since Wednesday. It really has. So, who wrote today? Show of hands. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Who all got to write today? Good, Vicky. I'm glad to hear that. Yay! 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 Let's see. Here's our congratulations. I actually wrote while Kevin drove today. I drew all day and played with watercolors, but I did a lot of thinking about the villain of my story. Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you, Allison. I appreciate that. Hi, Rhonda. How are you, dear? Don't forget to hit that like button on your way in and maybe share with your fellow author friends. My sister-in-law needed a ride today, so we had to go pick her up and drive her, and it was like a half hour to her house and then an hour and a half back to where she needed to go so she could pick up a vehicle. And then my husband surprised me by stopping at one of my favorite restaurants on the way back called the Busy Corner, where they have the world's best pie. I defy anyone to find pie better than the Busy Corner. Hi, Christina. Hi, Erin. Oh, good, Rhonda. So I got to have a BLT and some fries and some coconut cream pie, which happens to be one of my top 5 favorite pies. Hi, Tishpiration. Is it okay if I just call you Tish? Yes, to everyone just joining us, hit the like button on your way in. Share the video with your friends. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe. Doing all those things, the liking, the saying hello, the sharing, the subscriptions, they all help with our algorithms. And I am so close to reaching a goal. Oh, you do, Michaela. I did not see you there today, darling. We were there at around 12:20, 12:30 for lunch. Well, damn. Next time I'll text. Hi, Missy. Hi, Bobby. Okay, coconut cream pie. There is really not a pie that I don't like. Really not a pie that I don't like. I like all pies, as evidenced by the size of my tushy. Hello, hello, hello. You were off today. Okay, well, next time I'll text first. Hey, Michaela, are you working? That pie. Oh my God, the pie. And I had the BLT and it was really good. Kevin had the roast beef dinner. It's a roast beef on bread with mashed potatoes and then gravy on top. He was a happy camper. So, anyway, so I got over, I rode on the way to Susie's. Yes, my sister-in-law's name is Susan. She's affectionately referred to in the family as Jean Susie, and I'm Kevin Susie. Anyway, I rode a little bit, and then I decided I'm going to sit in the back seat and let Susie sit up front and talk with my husband. So I had my earbuds in, and I listened to the Alex Murdaugh trial while I was writing. Yeah, it was a good day. So we got over 3,000 words in today, and I was very, very, very happy. So the back seat of the Lightning is just perfect. I've got a little, the armrest, the thingy comes down, and you've got two cup holders there, and I just had all my stuff, and I was so happy. I was heaven. I haven't had the cheesecake, Michaela. We'll have to try that next time. Hi, Rita. But anyway, it was just a really, really good day, and it's just been a busy day. I had phone calls. I had video conference calls. I had my grandson texting me wanting to come over tomorrow with his friend. And it's just blah. And it started with me sleeping in this morning. I'm usually up between 5 and 5:30 lately, the last few weeks. And I get a lot of this stuff done when I'm up that early. But 1:00 this morning, 1:30 this morning, I woke up just coughing and coughing and coughing because my sinuses were draining. Ugh, I hate that. So I got up for a little while, watched a little bit of YouTube, took my Zyrtec, finally laid back down around 2:30, and I slept till 8:30 this morning. So I'd hoped to be out on the road by 8:30, and it didn't happen. Thank you, Aurora. Thank you, Michaela. I thought it was 7,000 short of where I wanted to be today, but yeah, I'm up early based on my early posts. Yeah, sometimes I'm up really early. I like to get up early and have my coffee in peace and quiet. And I just sit here and I just stare out my window and watch the cardinals and the robins. And now we have a hawk who has made this area his home or her home. I can't tell the difference. And we have this arch, this iron arch. I have a perfect line of sight to it. And this hawk, this big hawk, likes to sit there in the morning. So I just sit here with my coffee, do a little meditating, had a little alone time with the good Lord, and just look out and just enjoy the morning before I get started. Who the hell is up already? Oh, Susan, figures. Yeah. Diana said I didn't get to bed till almost 3. I was too into my drawing and my lungs were burning. I woke up at around 9, but it's been a long day. It has been a long day, but it was a very fruitful long day for me. And I got some things done and I got all my phone calls in. And it's okay, Christina. I used to, years ago, before the depression, before COVID, before everything spiraled out of control, I would not be going to bed till 3 or 3:30 or 4 a.m. So a little different, and I really do like it. It's okay, honey. And Diane, I hope you feel better soon. I'm sorry your asthma is bothering you. Yeah, blue jays are vicious little birds. They can be. I haven't seen a lot of blue jays here. Oh, okay, Diana. Oh, your husband made separate feeding areas for them. Did it help, Christina? Or did the Blue Jays still insist on bothering the Cardinals? And I do. We have a lot of Cardinals in our yard. So, brr. Who else is cold? Who else froze their took us off today? And if you're in California and want to, hop on and say it was 80, I don't want to hear it. I spoke to a few people out in LA today and they're like, oh, it's beautiful. It's 80 today. And I'm like, I just really don't like you. So let's just end this conversation. Oh, the Blue Jays like the peanuts and the shells? I don't do actual wildflowers, Diana, but I do a lot of pot planting, planting in pots on my deck. And I make sure I get flowers that the butterflies love and flowers that the hummingbirds love. So I think last year we had 3 pairs of hummingbirds. So that was really sweet. Oh, Aurora, that just sounds beautiful. It did look like spring until you got out of your vehicle and realized it was only, 37. But, we have a few more weeks. We still got to get through March here. So, and there's been a few Aprils, a few Easter Sundays where it snowed here. So, but I'm looking forward to the warmer weather. I really am. Oh, okay, Christina. I'll have to remember that because we do love our birds. We do. Yes. Okay, Michaela. That's fine. You can come on my show anytime, okay? Yeah, well, I had to today, Aurora. I had to, but I had a good time with my sister in law. So, actually, I didn't talk to her too much because I'm in the back seat writing while she and Kevin are just, you know, and that's fine. It's -1 here in New Brunswick, Canada, and I have a shawl over my hoodie. I'm usually like that, Tish. I really am. Um, there are days when I like right now. I have uh, a cami, a t-shirt, my blazer, my riding gloves. I have a blanket on my lap, and then I've got my scarf. Oh, 50's in Houston. Yeah. When it's cold and damp, that's just ugh. You're welcome, Michaela. Aw, that's sweet, Christina. See where my window faces, I could see the deck, I could see the patio with the fire table, I could see all my wagilias, I could see my hixius and burning bushes, I could see the mess that is next door, but not the house that is the mess next door. But I digress, but I have a beautiful view. Last week it was colder in Idaho than it was in Michigan where your BFF lives. You were under 4 blankets, no kidding. It is a little bit of heaven, Diana. I do love my office. You all have seen my office, haven't you? Have you all seen, show of hands if you've seen pictures of my office? Tish says I have a friend who posts about the real hummingbirds of Pictou County in the summer. It's a hoot. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Um, but no, my office, this is my heaven on earth. And I don't like leaving my office. You've got to pretty much bribe me with food. Um, Usually the only time I leave is when I have to use the potty. So the rest of the time you will find me in here. I don't know if I can do this or not. I will try. We will try. So there's my ceiling. Everything my husband has done. That's my chandelier, my paneled wall back there, right? All of this is Kevin. He built me this beautiful book, the black bookcase right here. And it goes almost up to the ceiling. Kevin made that for me. He's made everything in this office except my sofa and my desk. My plants, which have seen better days, but it's wintertime. My fireplace. Um, that's my Mac workstation over there. That's where I do business stuff, back end stuff, graphics and ads. Yeah, it's gorgeous. I've got beautiful hardwood floors and that are a deep chocolate brown, and I love it. Anyway, so we'll go ahead and discuss the elephant that is in the room, get that over with, and then move on to funner stuff. Um, I became aware last night about an oh, thank you. Yeah, I hope that changes for you too, Aurora. But right now, we are going to talk about the huge elephant that is in the room. And no pun intended, was made aware last evening that Faleena Hopkins, the author, who, we all remember Cockygate, right? Um, the the way the story presented itself to me was that she had been missing and then was found in the Tetons. Yes. Uh, so she was found in the Tetons by some police officers in the middle of the road or something like that. And apparently she took them on a 24-mile high-speed chase. Um, and from the news reports, they had to use spike strips to get her to stop. So she was arrested, taken to jail. And this was all at the end of January. So, like Jackson Hole. Yeah, it was right outside of Yellowstone near Jackson Hole. Um, so, this news report was from the 30th and the 31st. And I thought, we could, I did it. I did not do my due diligence. So, I'm going to apologize for that up front. I did not practice what I preach by digging deeper and doing my own investigation. But on the face of it, it looked like she'd been missing, had been found, and had been arrested. Well, come to find out, all of that is true, but after she got out of jail, she's gone missing again. I do not know what the status of her situation is. I did not have any time today to do more investigation to see if she's been found or not. But as of 9 or 10 o'clock this morning, she is still missing. Now, we all remember Cockygate, and that was just a really big deal back in the day. And I do not know what her issue is right now. I don't know if this is a mental health issue. I do not know if this is perhaps alcohol or drug related. I don't know what chain of events set this all in motion. But I am actively praying for her and that her family finds her quickly. My heart breaks for the family. It really truly does. I can only imagine. I can only imagine the hell on earth they must be going through not knowing where she is. Um that's okay, Shannon. Never ever worry about that, honey. It's all good. The person arrested was her. Yes, it was. Um but after she got out of jail, she apparently disappeared again. And this just tells me that something, I think she was released on a personal recognizance, but I don't have enough information. So I don't want to speculate at this time. Hang on. Despite what happened in the past with the whole Cockygate thing, um, I wish her no ill will. And I really truly hope that she does get the help that she needs, regardless of what happened to get her into the position that she is currently in. And I truly do pray for the family. Um, and I pray that she's found soon and that she's found healthy and she's found safe so that she can get the help that she needs. It's just, the whole situation is scary. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. I truly wouldn't. Um, and I don't personally really have anything against Faleena Hopkins, um, other than, what happened with the trademarks. And I don't know her. She and I have never met, have never had any kind of interaction before. So I cannot speak as to what kind of person she is or anything like that. And I'm not going to speak ill of her right now. I'm just not. I absolutely refuse. I know there were people messaging me last night. You need to use your mommy voice. I'm not using my mommy voice. This particular situation does not call for that. We have a woman who is missing. Her family does not know where she is. They have got to be terrified. I know I would be. I just really, truly, honest to God, hope that she is okay. For the people saying that this is just, a publicity stunt, who knows? Who knows? I don't care at this point. I'm not going to speculate on that. I'm going to take the road less traveled right now by some people who were messaging me last night and just assume that this isn't a publicity stunt. And if I'm wrong, that's fine. I would rather be wrong. But I do hope she gets the help that she needs. Yeah, I have to pray for her and her family. I really do. It does. It calls for empathy and kindness. This situation right now does not call for, name calling and accusations and speculation and anything else like that. It doesn't call for any negativity. It calls for people to show a lot of kindness and send a lot of prayers her way and her family's way. Yeah, apparently there was a lot of snow. The snow's I I don't know where she is from, but this all happened in the Tetons in Yellowstone National Park near Jackson Hole, Wyoming. And I don't know if she was visiting. I don't know. I don't have enough information, and I do not want to speak without knowing more. So one of my goals tonight or tomorrow is to do some more research, maybe reach out to the family to offer our support and our prayers. And I think everybody can go to my Facebook and share the missing persons poster that our family put together, and just pray for her safe return. Yeah, everyone makes mistakes. That's true. God knows I've made enough mistakes in my lifetime. If I had a nickel, right? So Peggy who? I see chatting in the I see chatting in the chat. I see people discussing Peggy. Peggy who? I'm intrigued. I want to know. Yes, until otherwise proven, she is innocent and yeah, possibly in crisis. So Peggy Henderson. Okay. Diane, I feel the same way. It is only through God's good grace that I'm still alive. I did so much stupid stuff when I was younger. Hi Janelle, how are you, honey? So, did anybody see? Wait, we got to do a timestamp. I don't know how to do that. Timestamp. Hang on, we're gonna do a swoopy. Give me a moment. Let me figure something out. What can I do for a timestamp? Do they have timestamps in Restream? Let's do this for a quick second. See if that works. It's not doing anything. Oh, that's the background. I don't want that. I want a little something. Let's see. Ooh, how about this one? Okay, that's going to be our temporary swoopy. Okay. So moving on. Have you all been watching the Alex Murdaugh trial? Show of hands who have been watching the Alex Murdaugh trial. Now, some of the people pronounce it Alec. Some of the people pronounce it Murdoch. Some of the people out there pronounce it Murtaugh. So, but y'all know who I'm talking about, right? So, they on the witness stand this morning. Oh, but first I want to. Okay, so they had one of Maggie's friends, maids on the stand this morning, right? And she was talking about how she found water in the bathroom the next day, like someone had taken a shower and cleaned up, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I know what it was. Dick Halliburton. What's his name? Hewlett-Burton, something like that. Dick, the defense attorney. Dick. I want to address this, okay? He's certainly living up to his name when the housekeeper's son, Tony, was it Tony, was on the stand yesterday. Did anybody see that? Anybody? You know what I'm talking about? Dick is on cross-examination with this poor kid talking about, after he found out Alex stole the money, the housekeeper's family got $6 million instead of $4 million. And he was presenting it in such a way that it came off as, you should feel lucky. You ended up with $2 million more than you would have had if Alex hadn't stolen the money. Are you friggin' kidding me? Come on, people. And then, did anyone else catch it? I got to go back and find this. Where Dick is asking this poor kid all these different questions, and this is, never mind, you're not sophisticated enough to understand. Did anybody else catch that? Did anybody else see that? I was so pissed. I'm like, the arrogance and the audacity of that old fart to say that to that poor kid. Well, weren't you made whole? No, he lost his mother, you fool. He could have gotten $60 million and it wouldn't have been whole. Oh, I can't stand that man. I cannot stand Dick, whatever. How Putin. Thank you, Amy. Yeah, I don't know that he is taking all his medicine. That's all I'm going to say. But the way he treated that poor kid yesterday, seriously, it's a good thing I can't be in the courtroom. I'd be in jail right now for contempt of court, and you'd all be putting together a little fundraiser to get me out. But that just really pissed me off. But today, what was her name? Ms. B? Did they call her B? What did Maggie call her? The housekeeper. Yeah, it is. It's really bad. The dementia and all that. But this housekeeper was so sweet. And she was just talking about some of the odd things, like why were Maggie's pajamas Bianca, thank you. Why were Maggie's pajamas with a pair of clean underwear that apparently hadn't been worn because it still had the folds in it? Why were they on the bathroom floor like that? That really piqued my interest. Exactly. There were no pots and pans. She found them all in the refrigerator because she had cooked that day, the day of the murders. Bianca had cooked a meal. And she expected when she went there the next day to find the dirty dishes. And they're not there. It's all cleaned up, which was very unusual. And this whole case is just really unusual. Now, there are some lawyers that I really love to watch, and they keep saying, the defense is putting on a great case. The defense is putting on a great case. And it's like, what are you smoking? Because I don't see it. But then again, I'm not an attorney. But show of hands. Okay, that's the one that caused me to start crying. I knew the anniversary of my dad's death was coming up, but I didn't realize how close the dementia talk really got to me. I lost track of the details after. Yeah, it's just heartbreaking. It's just heartbreaking. Show of hands. Who else watches the behavior panel? Me. Me. Yes, Oh, Blanca. Thank you, Blanca. Thank you, Amy. I was reading that without my readers on, so forgive me. So late last or this morning when I was up with my sinuses and stuff, uh, the behavior panel apparently released a new video yesterday about Alex Alex Murdaugh. I know, I love them too. And when I first started watching, when they were playing it in court, uh, the video of Alex in the cop car being interviewed by the police that very night, um, I couldn't figure out what wasn't sitting well with me. I just couldn't figure it out. I just something felt off. But when he started crying at the very beginning, I loved how they all reached down and patted his, put a hand on his shoulder and patted him and everything. And I'm like, there is something off about his countenance, and I couldn't quite put my finger on it. Um, who saw the video of the three police officers, or well, there was actually two police officers, one in the front seat, one in the back, the female in the back, and the other gentleman in the back seat was apparently not an officer. I don't know if he was a friend of Alex or whatever. And then Alex is in the front seat, and they played that video. They played it a couple times, I think, during the trial. So anyway, I had seen the video first during the trial, and then I watched it again with clear eyes at 2:30 this morning. And I'm like, you are exactly right. They nailed it. Not once does Alex Murdaugh ever say, please find the person who killed my family. Who could have done this? Why? Why did this happen? They were good people. They loved, Maggie loved to do this and Paul loved to do that. None of that. He never said anything like that. And he was giving the police information, but it was so scripted, like he was going down a list to make sure he hit the high points, right? Yeah. Well, they pointed out that he had, done this to his eyes and then did this with his fingers, like he was trying to see if they were wet. But he never used the damn Kleenex. He's got a Kleenex. Yeah, there were no tears. There were no tears. He cried once. He cried once. And then there were no tears. It was just one fake cry. And then everything else was just, information, information, information. We all grieve differently, right? We all handle trauma differently. But I can guarantee you, beyond a shadow of a doubt, sorry, on my end, that had I just found my spouse and a child covered in blood, dead from gunshot wounds, shotgun blasts, I would have been hysterical. I know I would have been. I wouldn't have been able to speak. I know how I would have responded, and I think the vast majority of people would respond the same way. They would just be stunned. They would just like the behavior panel said. We would just be, why? Why did this happen? Who would have hurt them? Who could have done this? Why would anybody do this? They were good people. They didn't have an enemy in the world. I mean, but he never, ever, ever does that. Yeah, they would have to sedate me. Put me in a friggin' medical coma for at least a week. Yeah, he can't make them personal. He just can't. But I caught something last night when he was talking about the handyman they hired that wasn't up to snuff. And I'm going to have to find this clip again. But he's talking about the handyman not being up to snuff, right? And then he said, it was how he said it. Whatever this guy's name is, I can't remember. We'll just call him Bobby for right now. No, let's call him Joe. So he's talking about Joe, this new handyman, not doing a good job. And he says he killed, and then he stops. And immediately there's just like this brief pause. Like he almost let something slip out. Now, do I think the handyman killed the family? No. No. But there is something there that just did not sit well with me. Joe killed the sunflowers back there. Now, I have listened to it a couple of different ways or several different times. And sometimes, depending on how my volume is set up and whether or not I've got earbuds in or I'm listening to it on the computer or on an external speaker, it varies. Sometimes it sounds, I swear that he's saying they did him bad. They done him bad. That's what I swear he's saying. But then other times, when I have my earbuds in, it does sound like he said, I done them bad. So that I don't have any clarity on. Yeah, I'm not sure, Diana. I'm not sure. But and then this afternoon it was the cell phone stuff. I didn't get to watch the whole thing. Just I caught a couple minutes of it between, where I'm taking a deep breath because I'm, in between phone calls or whatever. Weren't they able to pinpoint what cell tower Alex was on and Maggie and Paul for that afternoon and evening? And did anybody else think it was weird when Blanca said that Maggie had called her to go get some Capri Sun for Alex? He's in his 50s. What 50-year-old man drinks Capri Sun? Is that just me? I mean, that's like the little juice pouch, right? Am I wrong? Isn't Capri Sun in a little juice pouch with this juice? The juice pouch with the little straw? Anyway, couldn't find it. Where was I going with this? I can't remember because there were so many moments today. When she had the conversation with Maggie the very day of the murders, Maggie said, Alex wants me to go to Moselle, and she was actually at the Edison house or whatever, Entison, however you say it, because they were having work done there, and she didn't want to go. Right? And you all do. See, I only drink water. That's all I drink is water. I don't drink any pop. Occasionally I'll have, in the summertime, I'll have lemonade. I do like orange juice in the morning. Yeah, that's right. That was just ridiculous, Amy. But I don't do juices except orange juice. That's it. And I do have the occasional cup of coffee, and I do like my hot tea. But since this new medication, yeah, but I haven't. God, I can't remember the last time I had a drink of a soda or anything sweet like a Capri Sun or, ginger ale. A big fan of ginger ale, but I don't even. It's been a year since I've had a ginger ale. So anyway, Blanca was saying that Maggie was upset, and then she was talking about how Maggie never went to the kennels after dark because she was afraid because it was too dark out there. Did I hear that correctly? Yeah. Yeah, I hope so too, Diana. I do hope they call the gardener. I really do. But that this whole trial and that it just boggles the mind. It just there is a lot of circumstantial evidence that up until I think today was the game changer for me. Up until this morning, when I was torn because I'm like, okay, they've given us all this evidence that shows that yes, Alex Murdaugh is a liar, he's a thief, he cheats innocent people out of whatever. I'm still not convinced he had a drug problem because wouldn't you notice if somebody had a drug problem, their behavior? Wouldn't Maggie have noticed? I mean, she was married to the man for how many years? Um, it has been insane. But I was really torn. I wasn't sure yet. It's like you've got to show me more than him just being an asshole and stealing money from innocent people and embezzling money from his law firm. Um, those things in and of themselves does not prove that he's a murderer, right? In my mind, it was just circumstantial. And had were I on the jury, if I had to come up with a verdict yesterday, I would have been hung. I Because there was just not enough information for me to make that decision. Then Miss Blanca, who was just adorable, gets on the stand today, and I'm like, holy shit balls. He did what? He said what? He had you do this? Maggie said what? Then it started clicking. It's like, oh, Maggie was afraid of the dark. Yeah, she loved her dogs, but she wouldn't have gone down to those kennels after dark. Um, the changing of the clothes, what he had on when he left for work that day. Uh, Now they can't find that seafoam green shirt. It's gone missing. Um, the shoes, the what does she call them? The loafers. Um, well, I think okay, Ashley. I think what they're doing is proving that he was in such a financial hellhole that he didn't see a way out. Now, he did not kill them for the insurance money, okay? Because there wasn't any. And this is just me speculating. This is me just speculating. I I think he killed Paul because were it not for that boat accident, he would have been able to keep his secrets a hell of a lot longer than what he did. That boat case was going to bring everything out into the open. That's just my personal opinion. Okay. So, because Paul started all of this with that boat accident by driving the boat drunk and killing that poor beach girl. God bless America. That's so sad. Um, I think he felt that the only way out was to kill Paul. Okay. Because if there's no Paul in his mind, in his twisted mind, then there can't be any charges against Paul. And like Attorney Tinsley suggested when he was on the stand, and I really like that guy. I really, really, really liked Tinsley. Nobody would have brought a judgment against Alex, right? Because his son was dead. His son had been savagely murdered. Now, why did he kill Maggie? There could be any number of reasons why he killed Maggie, but I do think this was all premeditated. And I think the reason that he might have killed Maggie was so that she wouldn't have to suffer losing her son. I think he loved her enough that he felt that perhaps by doing this, he was putting her out of her misery. She wouldn't have to worry about the boat trial anymore. She wouldn't have to live through her son's tragic death and the grief that would cause. Now, I don't know if this is just my overactive author imagination, but I do believe I lean more towards that because again, no insurance money. The murders were simply meant to stop that boat case class action or lawsuit, not class action, but the boat case lawsuit, because he knew Alex been a lawyer long enough, and just like Tinsley pointed out today, it's easy to convict Attila the Hun, but it ain't easy to convict Grandma next door. So I think he knew that this would force Tinsley to drop the case. Just wild speculation on my part, but that's where my head goes. I don't know if she's consulted a divorce lawyer because of what Blanca said today, right? Blanca said, yes, she was worried about money, but she also said she would give it all away to make this boat case go away because of what it was doing to Alex, right? She said, we can start over. But she didn't know the extent of his embezzling, the false bank accounts, the stealing money from the law firm. She didn't know any of that, right? I think it was a rumor. I really do think the divorce lawyer was a rumor. And there's been a lot of rumors. You are right, Diana. It doesn't have to be pre-planned for long. But I think him sending, whether she texted or called him, whether he texted her or called her, either way, that day to say, come home, I need help here, that I think he'd already made up his mind, and that was premeditation. Yes, if Maggie did go, yes, that's true, Amy. If Maggie had found out the truth about what he was really doing, she might have been seriously tempted to seek out a divorce attorney, and everything, his whole world would have fallen apart at that point. So, yeah, if I had to, if I was on the jury today, I would vote for guilty. But the trial's not over yet. I could go back and forth, back and forth. So, yeah, it's still considered premeditated, even if he planned it that day. I think the state has proven motive. To me, in my mind, the state has proven motive. His whole world was about to come crashing down on him because of this boat case, right? Tinsley was this close to getting those financial records. And had he gotten those financial records, that's when the dominoes would have fallen. Each state is different, Amy. Okay. I think in, where are they at? South Carolina, North Carolina, South Carolina, right? Is it South or North? Whichever one. They do, to a certain extent, have to, in order to prove malice, right? They have to prove a motive. And in my mind, they have, by showing that, he'd done all these illegal things. He had stolen, embezzled, cheated, lied, all of that. And for years, and it was about to come crashing down on him. Okay. I think that is the motive. Shooting his wife, shooting his son, in his mind, would make that all go away. That's how I would present it to the jury at closing. And that's fine, Amy. That's fine. Knowing that he had said, he'd even called Paul home. Okay, so he tells Paul to come home. I need help cleaning up this mess. He tells Maggie to come home very same day because I need help cleaning up this mess. What that mess was, I don't remember. Some kind of gardening or something like that. They will tie it all together at closing. I know they will. Yes, they will tie it all together so that it makes sense in the minds of the jury. But I think they are to the point now where they are actually presenting enough or more concrete evidence instead of just circumstantial evidence with the location of where all the calls, the towers, the cell towers and all that. Also, and I didn't get to see this because I have been writing, but I heard little bits and pieces about how the feds, it was the FBI agent who had to get an exact replica of Paul's car, and they were able to pinpoint when it started, when it shut off, and all of that. Yes, we don't get to see everything. Yes, I think did the grand jury see an indictment just means, and usually that's brought forth through the grand jury. It just means we believe that there's enough evidence for you to take this to trial, and that if you do, he would be found guilty. That's what I think. That's what you're talking about, Ari Laurel, about the, yeah, indicted by the grand jury. Yes, and what they do is they present their evidence, all the evidence, well, maybe not all, but a vast majority of the evidence that they have to the grand jury. And if the grand jury comes back with an indictment, it's just them saying you've presented enough evidence leaning more towards his guilt than his innocence, and that if you were to take this to trial, we do believe he would be found guilty. Okay, that's what an indictment is. And then if they had returned with a no bill, and I don't know what they call it out in South Carolina, but I'm just going back to my paralegal days, then they would have said not enough evidence, don't proceed. So, yeah. But the timeline is, as somebody was mentioning the timeline, I think it's starting to make sense now to the timeline. He did go to work. He came home. They had dinner. I think he lured Maggie and Paul down to the kennels. And then after he did what he did, he raced back to the house, took a shower, took his clothes, his whatever shoes he had on, changed, took the clothes and shoes that he had been wearing that day, and he could have burnt them somewhere. Yeah, the Snapchat video shows he was at the kennels, even though he told the police that he had taken a nap and he was never down at the kennels, which is a big fat lie. Yes, it did take a year to get the coordinates of his car. I really agree with that, Diana, that he has no soul. I really think he did it. And I'm serious. Up until yesterday, I was just not sure. But seeing the timeline now, seeing that he had changed, that that Blanca had found, the wet towel. The Maggie's pajamas and underwear are really bothering me, though. Really, really bothering me that they were in the middle of the doorway to the master bath. Yeah, we won't know what the jury thinks. Yes, just enough evidence for a true bill. That's right, Amy. Thank you. You never know what the jury's going to do. You just don't know. But we, on our end, are privy to more stuff than they are, because when these big objections come up, they make the jury leave the room, but we get to see it, right? So I really think the timeline is making more sense to me now. The fact that, who was the very sweet lady the other day who had been taking care of Paul's mother that night? Or not Paul's mother, Alex's mom, Grandma M, right? Yes, Whitey to tell that's what I'm getting to, Amy. He told his mother's caretaker, a few days later, remember I was here the other night and I was here for about 30 or 40 minutes, hint, hint. I hear you get married. Can I pay for your wedding? There's just a lot of stuff that makes me really wonder. Yes, she called her brother because she's like, this does not, I can't, I'm not putting my ass on line for this dude. I don't care what he promises to pay for. So, so that bothers me. The Blanca, what she discovered, dishes are all done and put away. Or no, they were still in the refrigerator. So what did they eat that night? Okay. That's true. Yeah, you can rewatch it on the Law and Crime Network. Yes, Maggie didn't wear underwear to sleep in. So anyway, just really today was the turning point for me. So, but I'm still eager to listen to more evidence, and the defense hasn't put on its case yet. And I really hope they don't let Dick talk, because when Dick is up there, I just want to convict anybody who is his client because I can't stand the man. He annoys the hell out of me. He really, truly does. Yeah, the trial within the trial. Um, and I really hope he doesn't present closing arguments. I really don't. I really do. I really hope they just make Dick sit down and just sit down and be quiet, honey, and pat his little head. Yeah. Yes, Shelley Smith. Yes. I really liked her. I did. Man, when she started crying, I just wanted to get up there and just give her a big old hug. It's like, oh, you poor thing. Good golly molly, you poor thing. Because it broke her heart. It did. And you could tell with Blanca that it broke her heart. Um, and then the older lady, the one who was severely hard of hearing that was on today, her testimony was really brief. But it was the first moment, I think, and I didn't see Alex laugh at this. Okay. And again, I'm in the car when she's talking about this, about how they had showed up late one night, Alex and Maggie, when Alex's dad was still at the house. They brought Krispy Kreme. And it was just everybody. I forget how it was presented, but they asked her, why were they there so late? Well, Mr. Murdaugh, the Alex's dad, they brought donuts. Well, why would they bring donuts that late at night? Well, they were Krispy Kreme. And everybody laughed, but Alex, he didn't laugh at that. I found that odd. And if he did, I didn't see it because, again, I'm in the car and I'm trying to write and I'm glancing over at my phone occasionally. I'm listening to the trial on my earbuds while I'm in 14th century Scotland. And my husband and sister-in-law are in the front seat just to talking. But I was still able to write. So over 3,000 words made me a happy camper today. Yes, Dick rambles. He rambles on and on and on. And the way he insulted that boy yesterday, you're not sophisticated enough to understand my question. Oh, that sent me over the deep end. That did. That sent me over the edge. It really did. Yeah, I don't know, Diana. I don't know. Again, I was trying to write, and it was just so funny. Before the Lexapro and Adderall, my whole house had to be it had to be quiet. I didn't even want to hear a mouse fart because it just would take me out of the story. Let's swoop. Graphics. Let's do another swoopy swoop, shall we? Okay. We're doing the swoopy swoop so I can come back and put timestamps in. Anyway, prior to my diagnosis and starting the Lexapro and the Adderall, if a mouse farted, I was just pulled out of my story and I was mad, and damn it, it wasn't quiet enough. And oh God, it's going to take me 2 days to get back into the mood to write whatever. Now, Kevin can come in and stand directly over me and talk, and I'm still typing. The distractions aren't bothering me like they used to. Is that weird? I mean, seriously, I'm in the back of the truck. Comfy back there. Seriously. Thanks, Shannon. Got my little earphones in, listening to the Murdaugh trial while I'm in 14th century Scotland, writing a heartbreaking moment scene while we're going down the interstate. It's, probably 75 miles an hour because Kevin was at the wheel. And Kevin and Susie are just chatting away. And it was just weird. And then it dawned on me, oh my God, my life has changed so much the last 3 or 4 months. I'm so happy. And then we stopped for pie. And again, World's Best Pies at the Busy Corner it's right outside. I know it's not Carlock. What's the name of the town, Michaela, if you're still here, where the Busy Corner is? If you all are ever on I-74, like you're going from Chicago down south somewhere, stop at the Busy Corner in oh, it's just like a hop, skip, and a jump from Eureka, but it's right off the interstate. Best pie in the world and the best vegetable beef soup you will ever eat, ever, bar none. So yeah, so I had a great day. I did. I had a good day. Distractions aren't bothering me. I'm a happy camper. Um, I did something else yesterday that made me happy. I don't think it's Deer Creek. That's not the name of the town, I don't think. Rita. I know where Deer Creek is. Oh, okay. I'm not sure what you're saying, Rita, about Deer Creek. Are you talking about Deer Creek up by Chicago? Anyway, I had a bunch of stuff on my desk and on my writing desk, right? And for whatever reason, I had author friend Lori Larson on my mind late last night. And I'm like, the walls are closing in on me. There is too much stuff on my desk. So yesterday morning, I spent some time and I cleared my entire desk off, everything except my little fan, my box of tissues, my coasters. Everything is in my desk drawer unless I need a pencil. Everything is in here. Nothing is left out on the desktop except the computer. Everything has a place. Everything has a place. Goodfield. Thank you, Linda. Busy corner is in Goodfield. Yes. So that has helped. Not having the walls close in on me. So anyway, I think it's going to be a great week. I'm just happy, guys. I'm just happy. Oh, Tish says I can focus with music, but not with a podcast. If people are talking, I need to focus on them or I miss stuff. Sometimes, okay, I'm going to give you all a link. Don't go anywhere. Be right back. This one is the free version. Hang on. Oh, I want to mute you. Okay. Cancel. We'll just exit out of Safari. Okay. Yeah, I regained control of my chaos. Yes. Let's see if this works. The other night it wouldn't work. Okay, my noises online is phenomenal. You could be sitting by an ocean breeze, by an ocean and listen to the waves and the ocean breeze. And you could be in a forest with the trees. It can be windy and leaves scattering around all over the ground. Or you can be in a cafe or at a cocktail party or at an old office or a more newer office. All that, you could just set it up however you want to. And it's really, really, really cool. But I can only stand the earbuds for so long. I really, they start to feel wonky. But I have this great little speaker. It's an external speaker that I can hook up to my computer, to my laptop, to my telephone if I want to. And I don't remember the name of it. DOS. DOSS. It's a wireless Bluetooth speaker. Okay? Wireless Bluetooth speaker. And I will go to my, okay, so I gave you the free one, the Noises Online or whatever it's called. I like mynoise.net, and you can donate money and get more different sounds and stuff. But on those cold winter mornings when it was just really snowy, I would put on birds singing and chirping and, springy stuff. And I would put it on the external speaker and it just lightened my spirits. Yes. Okay. My husband has tinnitus and he cannot stand. He gets a very claustrophobic feeling when he has anything in his ears or on his ears. headphones, earbuds, whatever. He can't do it. He hates it. Oh, it didn't shut off. I've got wind in my ear and I'm like, what the hell is that noise coming from? Okay, I did shut it off. I don't know. Maybe we're haunted. Maybe we're haunted. Yes. Abby Emmons has many videos. Cool. Well, the headphone, because I wear glasses, I have the Beats solos. Um, and those will sometimes just start to hurt my ears. I can wear them for a little while. And oh, it's Linda leaving. Good night, Linda. You have a great weekend, honey. I love you. We'll talk soon. Yeah, so it's I'll wear the Beat Solo for a little while, and then I'll wear the earbuds, and then I'll just do the external Bluetooth speaker. Anyway, it's 7:37. We've been here for an hour, over an hour. Yeah, my glasses push into my head after a while too, Diana. Don't forget, Wednesday night with the Wench on the 15th. We're going to have Allie Plater. She's phenomenal. Y'all are going to love her. And then it will give you all the new prompts, new writing prompts for week 3. And yeah, it's next Wednesday night. It's going to be awesome. Big pink cushion ones to make you look like Princess Leia. That's funny. Yep, new writing prompts next Wednesday night. Y'all have to be here for Allie Plater. Seriously. I have that link already up on my YouTube page. So click the notifications bar. Don't forget to hit like. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you are so inclined to. It does help our algorithms. And apparently saying the word algorithms helps your algorithms. Now, how is that even possible? I just don't understand. Anyway, I can't wait either. It's going to be fun. Anyway, I'm going to go. I just have more to do. The day is not over with yet. And I realize it's 20 till 8 my time, but I still have work to do. And I know I'm not going to hit my 10,000 word count today, but I know I'm going to hit that puppy tomorrow. It's YouTube. Oh, the wind in my ears. I don't know what's going on. It could be hallucinations. Who knows? Anyway, I just want to thank you all so much for being here tonight, listening to me ramble, listening to me talk about, whatever the hell we want to talk about, because it's Friday night and we get a little cheekier. But I hope you can join us Wednesday night, because it is going to be something extra special. And I do have a lot more authors coming in to be special guests. Some of them will be recorded, and I will post them as premieres, and we'll watch them together. I'll be in the chat, and I think I'll be in the chat. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be in the chat, because I don't want to be here in the little square talking over and, stopping and starting the video. I don't know how I feel about that. I might do a test. We'll see. But anyway, that's down the road. Yes, saying algorithm helps your algorithm. YouTube's weird. It is. Thank you, Aurora. Anyway, I'm going to let you all go. Just everybody have a phenomenal weekend. I really hope you have a phenomenal weekend. And if anybody gets any updates on Faleena, I would really appreciate you sending those to me, because I am worried. I truly am. I am worried about her. And I just want nothing but I just want her home safe, in one piece, unharmed. That's what I hope for. Anyway, I love you all. Have a great weekend. Stay warm. And if you're already warm, I just need some spring. So just thank you for being here, for all of your love and support. And hang on. I'm sorry. Squirrel. Shannon, what are QR codes? What? Support the stream, buy me a coffee. Who wants to experiment with Susan? picture of that. I've never seen this before. I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's real or not. Well, let me do it. Well, that's goofy. I've not ever seen this before. Oh, yeah, never mind. Referrals. I don't know what this is about. Disregard, people. Disregard. It's just Susan, digressing once again. I need to hide that. I don't know how to hide it. I'm going to remove. Can I remove? There we go. It's just Susan, chasing squirrels again because that's how we roll here on Friday Night Lives. Anyway, I'm going to say goodbye again. Love you all. Have a great weekend. Stay safe, stay warm, stay kind, and may your muse sing to you sweetly. Bye-bye, everybody.